And David, what about you? Send it to me tomorrow, both of you. Okay. Finish it up and send it to me, the recent homeworks, and I'll check that. Alright. So today we will start a new lesson, lesson 23, The Return of the Lion. I'll share my screen 1 second. Okay. Turn on your videos, please. Please turn on your videos, both of you.
Yes, ma'am, in a minute.
Hmm. Okay. Now, if you have heard of King Shivaji, okay, who led his Maratha warriors to fight many battles against the Mughal army. If you've heard about this thing, this king in like any of the history that you have read or studied, it is a chapter about him, a story, a part of his journey that we will read, okay, about King Shivaji, all right, King Chhatrapati Shivaji, and he like fought many battles against the Mughal army and he defeated them. And after one battle, Aurangzeb, the Mughal king, captured and imprisoned him. And this is the story of what happened to him, what happened to his kingdom when he was captured, okay, and how his family felt, how the people in his kingdom felt, how did this news affect his brave soldiers, okay. This is the story about all of this. Hello, Miraculin. Good morning.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Still sleepy?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go wash your face and come back, Miraculin. You can go wash your face, have some water, and come back. Okay, a character
Uh,
sketch. Yes, a character sketch about the characters in the story. We have Shivaji, who was the ruler of the Marathas. Jijabai, who was Shivaji's mother. Mantri means chronicler, okay, means a person in the court who is responsible for various tasks, okay. Sachiv is the secretary. Ramdas is the poet, also Shivaji's teacher and companion. Soyabai is Shivaji's wife and Sambhaji's mother. Sambhaji is his son, Shivaji's son, and Pandit Rao is Sambhaji's foster mother. Okay, these are the characteristics in the story. Now the setting. This is taking place at Shivaji's court. Officers of Shivaji's court, an attendant in Maratha uniform, a room in the fort of Rajgarh near Pune. Okay, Rajgarh is a place near Pune, and this all is happening in a room in the fort of Rajgarh. Shivaji's mother is sitting on a small throne. She is surrounded by officers of the court. Among them are the Mantri, the Sachiv, Pandit Rao, and the poet Ramdas, who has an open letter on his knee. Okay, so she's surrounded by the officials of the court, and all of them are there. The Mantri is there, the Mantri is present, the Sachiv, secretary is present. Pandit Rao means the foster mother, Sambhaji's foster mother is present, and the poet Ramdas is present, and he has an open letter on his knee. In the corner, Soyabai, Shivaji's wife and Sambhaji's mother, is sitting quietly. And by her side is Sambhaji's foster mother, who is an older woman. The two of them are talking softly. Okay. Jijabai is Shivaji's mother. Okay. And Ramdas is a poet. Okay. So let's read this. Jijabai saying, I can't believe that my son is dead. The letter is a hoax. Ramdas, but the letter is from Agra, Jijabai, and therefore it is a hoax. When did Aurangzeb ever tell the truth? Did he not make false promises to my son? Hoax means a word that like seems to be fake, okay, untrue and fake, made up. All right. So Jijabai is saying that when did Aurangzeb ever tell the truth, and did he not make false promises to my son? Ramdas says it was Jai Singh who made those promises to our Raja. Okay. Jijabai says, I know that. Can Jai Singh ever make a promise on his own? Surely the slave spoke for the master. Jai Singh is an official of Aurangzeb. Okay. Jai Singh is an official of Aurangzeb. And Jijabai saying that can Jai Singh ever make a promise on his own? Surely he spoke for the master. Surely the slave spoke for the master. Mantri spoke in a terribly bad way. Aurangzeb has laid traps for us everywhere. Bijapur is about to strike. Discontent is spreading among our own men. Okay. Means Aurangzeb has laid traps, and one of the part of reign Bijapur is about to strike, and discontent is spreading among their own people. They may revolt any day, and there is no news about Shivaji. We don't know what to do. Okay. See, when the public that's living there in the kingdom, when they are not satisfied, what happens is that they come together and voice it and show their discontent and revolt. Okay. Right now we have like in the form of rallies and all, like in the form of rallies and public they come together. Okay, they close various places. Okay, and they sit with hunger strikes and all day they go on. So right now it is in that manner. Earlier times also it used to happen, not in the form of rallies, but they used to come together, revolt. Okay, shout, raise their voice. Okay, do hunger strikes like that they used to do earlier also. Okay, so he's saying that discontent is spreading among our own men and they may revolt any day, and there is no news about their king, and they do not know what to do. Sachiv, which is the secretary, saying sadly, the letter says that Shivaji is dead, but it doesn't say how he died. Jijabai, who is the mother of the king, sternly says, listen, I, your Raja's mother, and your regent say that the letter is a hoax. Don't speak about it anymore. Okay. Now, one more thing that happens is that when a king is not there in the kingdom, okay, when a king is not there in the kingdom, there is a person who handles everything in place of the king, okay, a ruler in place of the king who handles the matters, okay, and see, it is like the position of the king's mother is considered a very high position after the king. Okay. The position of the king's mother is considered to be a very high position after the king. So it is mostly the king's mother who handles matters in the court, in the kingdom after, like for some time when the king is not there. Okay. So that is what is the meaning of regent. And she's saying, I, your Raja's mother and your regent, says that the letter is hoax. Raja means king. Soyabai is saying, does the letter say anything about my dear boy, Sambhaji? Means the king's son. See, both the king and the son are not there. Okay. Jijabai saying, keep quiet, girl. You are not the only mother here. I see the lion and his cub will soon return to their kingdom. They can't stay long in the fox's den. Mantriji, listen to me. Raise the pay and increase the rations of the soldiers. Send useful gifts to their wives and sweets and toys to their children. So keep quiet, girl. She's saying that you are not the only mother here, and I say that the lion and his cub will soon return to their kingdom. The lion means the king, and his cub means his son. Okay, and fox's den is the place where they are captured. Okay, the fox's den is the place where they are captured. Um, so she has an idea. The Jijabai, the regent, king's mother, has an idea. She is telling to the mantri that raise the pay of the soldiers and increase their ration. Send useful gifts to their wives and sweets and toys to their children. And I will pay everything out of my private purse. Means she will pay for this everything by herself. And please tell them that Raja is at Varanasi and will return before long. Okay, Raja is at Varanasi and he will return soon. Tell them also that all the great astrologers at Varanasi have studied Shivaji's horoscope and they all say that nothing can stop him from becoming the lord of the whole of Maharashtra. Keep the soldiers and the priests contented and happy and they will believe your words. Okay. So she has an idea to stop these people from revolting, to stop them from being discontent, that send them gifts, increase their ration, increase their pay, okay, send gifts to their wives, sweets, toys to their children, and tell them that Raja is at Varanasi. And the astrologers at Varanasi are saying that nothing can stop him from returning. Okay, nothing can stop him from becoming the lord of the whole Maharashtra. Keep the soldiers and the priests happy, satisfied, and they will believe your words. This is her, plan. So now she is addressing all those present there in a changed voice. Friends, I have grown old and weak. I haven't many years to live. Help me to live till my brave boy returns to me. Don't say he is dead. Okay, he is addressing to all the people in the court that help me to live till my brave boy returns to me and don't say that he is dead. Now all the men are saying, our Raja's mother will live. The queen regent will live. Our Raja will return to us. We'll pray for his safe return. Okay. She's gaining sympathy also and making everybody look on the optimistic side also that he will return and you all pray for him and so on. Then Jijabai is saying, well said, my brave friends. Tomorrow I will say my special prayers to our family goddess Bhavani. She gave him to me and I'm sure she'll bring him back to me. Turning to Soyabai. Okay. Soyabai, my child, don't worry. Your son as well as mine is going to return to us. And she is saying tomorrow she'll say special prayers to their family goddess, okay, the Hindu goddesses, Bhavani, and she gave him to me, and I'm sure she'll bring him back. And she's also encouraging Soyabai, okay, that don't worry, your son and mine is going to come back to us. Now, section 2 of the story. Footsteps and a slight noise outside is happening. The Sachiv is asking, what's that? Ramdas is saying, perhaps someone wants to see us. An attendant, who is a tall Maratha in uniform, enters and bows 3 times to Jijabai. Attendant says, Rani Sahiba, there are 3 holy men at the gate outside. They want to see you. Okay, now see, um, bowing 3 times. In the ancient times, when you enter the court in front of a king or queen, you bow 3 times to show respect. Okay, here is the significance. Bowing 3 times to Jijabai, and he's saying that there are 3 holy men at the gate outside. They want to see you. She asks, where do they come from? And the attendant says, I think they are from the north. They say they are Bairagi sadhus. Okay. Those sadhus who practice meditation for a long time, make vows, and I think give up the luxuries of life and so on. Okay, if you've seen people like that, the sadhus who give up all the luxuries of life and just spend their rest of their lives meditating, worshipping their gods and goddesses. Jijabai says, what can their business be? Attendant, perhaps they have come to beg from you. They must have heard of your charity, and the poor men are in rags. Their heads are shaven and their arms are and faces are painted grey with ashes. Okay, she's attendant saying maybe they came to beg from you. Okay, because they must have heard that you are so generous of your charity, and they are in rags means torn clothes, old and torn clothes. Their heads are shaved and their arms and faces are painted with grey ash. Jijabai says they are holy men. They have come from a far off place. I cannot say no to them because I need their blessings. Let them come in. Now the attendant bows 3 times again and goes out. Soyabai and Sambhaji's foster mother move up nearer to the throne. Sachiv says, may I leave now, Rani Sahiba? My secretary must be waiting for me. Jijabai says, please stay a while. These holy men have come from the north. Perhaps they have news for us about the Raja. Ah, my heart beats. Okay, she's saying just stay a bit. These people are coming from the north. Maybe they have some news about the king. Okay, so the attendant enters again with three sadhus who seem to be poor, humble men dressed in rags. Two of them are tall, and the third is a small man who does not look up. Okay, two are tall, third one is a small man who does not look up. Ramdas say, rising and joining the palm of his hands. You know, when we greet the sadhus and all, they when they greet them, they join their hands, bow. Yeah, welcome, holy men. God bless you, holy Guru. The first sadhu says. Second sadhu says, God bless this house. The third sadhu joins the palm of his hands in greeting, but says nothing. He keeps his eyes fixed to the ground. Jijabai says to the third sadhu, um, one second. Yeah. Have you no words to bless us with, holy man? Why don't you say something? First sadhu says, he has taken a vow of silence, noble lady. Jijabai, I see. She thinks, okay, a vow of silence. Okay, then first sadhu saying, stories of your wisdom and kindness to the poor have reached distant places. We've traveled a long way to see you. Jijabai says, you are welcome to this house and to stay here as long as you wish. Okay, as long as you wish. Second sadhu says, at Varanasi, we met a Brahmin who told us that your son, Shivaji, had gone to Agra and that you were ruling for him. Means you're ruling in his place. Jijabai says, what else did you hear about Shivaji? Second sadhu says, one day we met a band of horsemen. They said that Raja had been put in prison by Aurangzeb. Jijabai is saying, the lion won't stay long in that dirty den. What else did you hear? Tell me. First sadhu says, that's all we heard, noble lady. We wish we knew more, but we don't. We are men of peace and spend most of our times in temples and lonely places. So she's asking them what you heard. And they said that the Raja had been put in a prison by Aurangzeb. Okay, and um, the sadhu says that that's all they heard because they are men of peace. Okay, and they mostly spend their time in temples and lonely places. You know, these people they go to mountains, up the mountains, or deep in the forest, and there they meditate. Okay, lonely places. They spend their time in lonely places. Jijabai says, true, holy men have nothing to do with war and fighting. Come, give me your blessings. I need them badly. I am dying to see my son. She's saying, give me your blessings because I need them badly and I'm dying to um see my son. The first and second sadhu bless her, but the third one does nothing. So Jijabai says to the third sadhu, if you don't want to bless me, you may curse me, and I will die cheerfully. I can't live without my son. He falls at her feet. She passes her hand gently over his face and utters a cry and draws his head to her breast. This is, he falls at her feet. When he falls at her feet, maybe his head or his hand touches her feet and she recognizes that this is the king. Okay, this is the king. And she passes her hand gently over his face. Okay, she is recognized that he is king, utters a cry, draws his head to her breast, means pulls him in for a hug. Okay, she pulls him in for a hug because, and then she says, it's my son, it's my son. My son has come back to me. Shivaji has come back. The Lord of Maharashtra has come back. The lion has come back from the fox's den. Okay, then she like recognizes that the third sadhu is the king. Okay, none other than the king. And all the people say together, long live Shivaji, long live the Lord of Maharashtra. Shivaji rises and says, yes, Shivaji has escaped from the fox's den and the vulture's claws. I have come back to my mother, my friends, and my people. Okay, now see, the fox's den referred to as the prison, the vulture's claws referred to as the Aurangzeb and his officials. Okay, and he's come back. Soyabai says nervously, dear husband, have you left my son behind in the hands of the enemy? Because the son was not there. So he explains, no, I haven't. He's quite safe with friends. Don't worry about him. He will be with you in a few days. Look around and sees his friend Ramdas. Sir, your pupil has returned to you. Won't you advise and guide him as you've always done? Okay, he's telling to his best friend and guide, mentor, and he's telling to others, friends, come closer. Your Raja has come back safe from the spider's web. Be happy and rejoice. Today we'll give a feast to the poor. Light the torches on the hilltops and illuminate the palace. Fire the guns and shout that the Raja has returned to his people. Okay. All say, we'll do this, we'll do all this, and we'll feast and sing and dance. Long live Shivaji, long live Jijabai, long live Maharashtra. Okay, now see, the celebration is to take place at the palace. When there is a happy occasion, they, light up the whole palace by putting diyas and all in the walls, on above the walls, on, in all the high and low places. They illuminate the whole palace. They decorate it with the flowers. Okay, they light torches on the hilltops, and also when they are doing a celebration, they fire guns and they like shout. Okay, they shout, they chant in joy. Okay, so that's what they are going to do, feast and sing and dance. And this was the story about the return of King Shivaji back to the fort, back to Maharashtra. Okay, after being captured from um Aurangzeb. Okay, I think this chapter has a part two. One second. No, it's just this part only. But I'm looking for that part where it is mentioned how he escaped. Okay, here it is. It is further mentioned like how, in what manner did he plan the escape when he escaped. But before checking that out, we will check out some questions. One of you, please read the summary of part one. Any one of you, read the summary of part one, please.
Yes, ma'am. Officer of Shivaji's court is going to return to us. A king's crown is never without thorns. Being head of any mission, be it an army, a state, a country, or a project, is always full of challenges, opportunities, ups and downs, friends and adversaries. But a true leader is always committed to his mission, come what may the goal keeps good leaders trying their best till the end. In part one of the play, The Return of the King of the Lion, the situation is extremely tense. Jijabai, the regent of Marathas, his absence is in the absence of Shivaji, has received a letter from Agra containing the news that Shivaji was dead. Jijabai, despite of being a mother, receives this news as responsible regent and doesn't want to be disclosed.
Yes. Thank you, Hanu. Now, a king's crown is never without thorns, means that a king is never without hardships. Okay, it is never king is never without hardships or challenges. And being head of any mission, be it an army, a state country, or project, is always full of challenges, opportunities, ups and downs, friends and adversaries. But even despite that, a true leader is always committed to his mission. Come what may, come whatever may, and the good goal keeps the good leaders trying their best till the very end. And in part one of the play, the situation is extremely tense. Jijabai is in the absence of Shivaji and has received a letter from Agra containing the news that the king is dead, but she does not believe it and also does not want it to be disclosed and tries everything that the people, so that the people do not become discontent with the news. Okay, see, when the public hears this thing that their king is dead, okay, when a kingdom officials and the public hear this news that the king is dead, it becomes very difficult for them. Okay, it becomes very difficult for them because they've lost the person who is to guide them, provide for them, okay, and fulfill their needs and work for their favor. They've lost that person. And when another army attacks, okay, they will get dispersed if the king is not there. Okay, who will command them, who will guide, lead them, okay, and so on. So it becomes very difficult. Okay, but Jijabai tries her best to keep the people content, satisfied, and give them hope that the king is not dead and he is still alive and he will come back. Okay, based on this, we'll check out some questions. The first one, Jijabai told her mantri to,
See, ma'am, give the soldiers wives gifts and keep them happy.
yes. C1, give the soldiers his wives gifts and keep them happy. Where was Shivaji?
Um, they had gone. They had been taken prisoner by Aurangzeb.
Yes, that's right. Jijabai believed that the letter was a hoax because,
She did not trust Aurangzeb.
yeah, Aurangzeb. Ramdas was, who was Ramdas?
See, ma'am, a court poet and Shivaji's teacher and
Yes,
companion.
Hanya. Yes, a court poet and Shivaji's teacher and companion. Now the Mantri believes that the soldiers will revolt. His anxiety shows the soldiers his feeling of uncertainty and fear about their future. Discuss this in 30 words. The Mantri believes that the soldiers will revolt, and his anxiety shows the soldiers his feeling of uncertainty and fear about their future. Discuss this. Discuss.
So, ma'am, we're supposed to discuss how the about the soldiers, how they feel.
Yes, yes, yes. You are to discuss the soldiers and their feeling of uncertainty and fear about their future,
Yeah,
and why the Mantri believes that they will revolt.
um, they they are fear. Yeah. There's uncertainty and fear because if a king dies, there's usually they like if another like a kingdom attacks at that time,
Mm,
it's usually quite difficult for them to defend their own kingdom because it's all like in chaos. There's no like organization because the king has just died. And they would revolt because they would revolt because I don't understand why they would revolt.
mhm.
Could you explain that?
Yes, they would revolt. Okay, now there can be many reasons. Okay, they are like based. There may be many reasons why they would revolt. Okay, one reason can be because their providence may stop. Okay, means their salary that they would be getting and whatever the king was providing for them, and when the king is dead, all of that may stop. So that is one reason for that they may revolt. Number two is when a king is not there, and so there may be some people in the court who are plotting and planning, okay, to take over the kingdom. They may revolt for that purpose also, okay, to take over in the place of the king. Now, do you know that it is not just the outsiders who are a threat to a king, but also the people in his own court. Also, some people in his own court are after the throne and all. Okay, so like they, in the absence of the king, may try to revolt and you know attack and try to get the throne. That is one reason. Okay. Another reason is that um they may feel threatened. They may feel that now they are in the when the king is not there, they are not getting their income. They are not getting what the king used to provide for them. So they may revolt for that also. Okay, they may revolt that now our lives are uncertain. What certainty do we have? What future do we have? They may revolt for that reason also. Okay, so these are the reasons why the soldiers will may revolt, but Jijabai handled in a very good way. Okay, so we have the next question about that. Jijabai orders the raise and salary and ration of the soldiers, send gifts and sweets to the families from her private finances. What these gestures show about Jijabai as a person and as a regent? You have to answer both. What this shows about her as a person and her as a regent.
Uh, First, she asked the mantri to raise the salary of the soldiers and look after their family. She told him to keep the priests and soldiers happy. Uh, for for example, she was carrying ruler and knew her responsibilities as a regent.
Yes, that's right, Miracle. She was being very responsible as a regent. That is right. And as a person, what about as a person?
Um, she was a carrying ruler.
Yes, she was caring. She cared about her people. Okay,
Yeah.
considerate towards their needs, caring, considerate. And as a regent, she was responsible and a good leader also. As a regent,
Yeah.
she was responsible and a good leader in handling these things as well. Okay,
Yeah.
next question. Okay, next we have, do you know, Shivaji was a great warrior and just ruler who consolidated the Maratha kingdom. He is honored till date because he protected the vulnerable people. Although he fought many battles against the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, he practiced religious tolerance, protected Muslim women, mosques, and tombs. Okay, he was a great Maratha warrior and he consolidated Maratha kingdom. Okay, brought together the Maratha kingdom, and he is honored till date because he protected the more vulnerable sections of the society. Okay, more vulnerable sections of the kingdom. And although he fought many battles against the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, he also practiced religious tolerance. Okay, means letting people practice their religion, not restricting on religious practices, protected Muslim women, mosques and tombs. Okay, even though he is, protecting the Muslims, even though he's a Maratha. Okay, and today the 14th Battalion of the Maratha Light Infantry Regiment traces its origin to Shivaji's army of the 18th century. Okay, are part of the battalion. Okay, the 14th Battalion of the Maratha Light Infantry Regiment. Okay, but a part of our regiment traces its origin to Shivaji's army of the 18th century, and their battle cry is Bol Shri Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Ki Jai, means hail King Shivaji. Okay, so in Mumbai, the railway terminus and airport, if you know the name, have been named Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Airport, respectively, in his memory to honor him. Okay, we will stop here for today. Tomorrow, we will discuss part 2 of the poem. We will do one more, do you know? Okay, the mystery behind like his escape, how he escaped. That part we're going to see, and we'll check out some grammar. All right, so I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Monday. See you all Monday. Have a good weekend. Tomorrow is
Yeah.
Saturday.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.